Everybody gets scattered. Oh, they dang. Yes, they did. Whenever you like to start.
Okay. Mic is on. Okay, so let's start. You ready? Hello again. Is it on?
Yes.
Okay. So
Good,
for me it's perfect. Okay. Yeah. I hope you remember this PowerPoint template. You will see a couple of other templates today. And why I choose these templates? Because application virtualization, one of the greatest features of Citrix XenApp, was deprecated, and Citrix is not continuing developing, and it's like let's remember what it was. And the reason for this presentation is to help you to choose the alternative for application virtualization, and to do this not just by selecting solution that someone said you to choose, but I hope this presentation will help you to know how application virtualization works. So this is our agenda for today. We will talk about application streaming or application virtualization, how it works internally, and short overview of available solutions. So basically, what is application virtualization? It's a sandboxing for your applications that help you to isolate application in the sandbox and make sure that it doesn't affect operating system, or operating system doesn't affect this application. And when it's why several vendors have their application virtualization solutions. There's many reasons, but how it started. About 13 years ago, everyone was very proud, everyone at Microsoft was very proud. They just released Windows XP. They was taking pictures in the front of the banner, like 62 days. It was leaked earlier than release, but it's okay. It was a good operating system. Everybody enjoyed it. It had a great background that everybody knows. But Windows XP became older. And but the problem that people had during the first days of Windows XP is still there. There is a lot of applications that are not designed to work on the new operating system. And some people think that, oh, it's not a problem. Our application developer will release a new version that will support Windows 8. No. It's a real job posting from LinkedIn that was posted about a year ago. And there is one requirement, working knowledge of Windows 3.1 applications running on NTVDM. There is a lot of applications that doesn't work properly on new operating systems. People run them in virtual machines, and it's not productive. Another thing that when Microsoft released Windows Vista, they introduced a thing called user account control. It's help with security, but it doesn't help your applications to run in the user-friendly manner. Your users receiving a lot of pop-ups. How to fix it? You can turn off user account control, and the next slide Perrine will enjoy, I think. Every time when you disable user account control, But you know the problem that he is not the guy who is killing kittens right now. Another guy is doing this. Sorry for this. So every time when you disable user control, every time when you change the way how operating system should work, you decrease the security. So if you're doing this with your client operating system, if you just give some privileges to your your users, or you changing registry keys in HK local machine to allow users to write there, it will be a problem. Someone will kill kitten. Maybe not Steel Bummer, but other guys. So what can help you to run your applications if they are not designed for new operating system? Some kind of application virtualization. And as example, I will take to show you how application virtualization works. I will take example of Citrix application virtualization, the product, this feature that doesn't exist anymore. So application virtualization in Citrix products was introduced in 2005 with application isolation environments. And it's basically virtualization layer that redirect your that redirect access to your resources from the application, and it's able to virtualize file system, registry, and named objects. The benefits of application isolation was that your application have no idea what's happening that is being redirected or isolated, and you can run application on the multi-user environment, like on the app server. Even it tries to write data to the program files folder or the Windows folder to the root of C drive, or when it's trying to put user settings into the HK local machine registry key. So it was a big improvement in Citrix presentation server at that time, and it was a great add during the migration to the new operating system. How it worked when it was released. The configuration was stored in the IMA database, the same Citrix database that is still used for Citrix and app65. And the configuration was stored there, and before application is launched, it was suspended, then some rules was applied, and a couple of drivers that we will discuss later was redirecting access to the file system and to the registry. And this rules was, if you remember, was like something like this. You set up where your settings will be redirected and what settings, what registry keys, which files or folders should be redirected in the isolation environment. There was several types of rules. Isolation and sorry, there was several types of rules. Ignore, redirect, and isolate. What does it mean? If application is trying to write to some registry key, and this registry key has ignore rule applied, or default rule basically, it means that application will be able to access registry key and write to this registry key. If the rule is set to redirect access, these writes are redirected to some other registry key or to other file. And I will show you an example later how it works. So if it's ignore, it's just ignore. Application can write directly. If it's a redirection rule, here's example. Application tries to write to the root of C drive, to the temp folder, or to the program files folder, and it's automatically redirected by drivers, isolation drivers, to another folder. And I have example how it was used when I started using application isolation environments. I had an application which is very popular in Russia. It's like accounting application used by like 80% of the companies. And the application was okay. It was designed to work on multi-user environments. But this application had extensions, and it had so we had an environment where this application was connected to some equipment like barcode scanners, caching machine, and so on. So it was about 4 devices connected to thin client, and users were using this application and had a connection using redirected COM ports and so on to these devices. And the problem was that these extensions that support these devices or drivers wasn't designed for multi-user environments. As example, the caching machine was supported by some bank, some other organization, and engineers that came on site to set up this machine and connect it to this accounting application. They wasn't too smart. They had instruction like put configuration files in the root of C drive and store it there. It's okay when you run this application on the client computer with Windows XP, but it's not okay when you run this application on terminal server, because there is a lot of users and you need to isolate settings. And so basically what I did, I monitored access where this application and these extensions are trying to write data, and configured rules to redirect these configuration files for every user to separate folder on the file server. So it was special folder redirection for specific application, let's say. And application worked without any problems on the terminal server. Another rule, another type of rules is isolate rule. Each user received a copy of requested resource, and it can be shared between different applications that are running in the same isolation environment. So how it works, when user tries to access a resource for the first time, if this resource doesn't exist, application will receive error. So it's a complete isolation from the operating system. If you compare it with previous type of rule, in the previous type of rule, redirect, it's like copy on write. If you have your file, your configuration file, application, when it tries to read it, it will be able to read it from the location where this file is stored. And when it will try to overwrite it, the write process will be redirected. So it's like copy on write. Isolate, it's a complete isolation. If file doesn't exist in redirected isolated environment, application will receive an error. So application isolation environments in presentation server helped a lot with application compatibility. But it was not very friendly, not very friendly feature how you could create isolation environment. There was no capturing process for application. Everything should be done manually. You need to specify registry keys that you want to redirect, and it wasn't very friendly. So in 2007, Citrix introduced Project Tarpon. which became it was a plan to release it as a separate version, as a separate product, just standalone product, not a part of presentation server. So there was a plan, and hopefully they changed their mind and included application streaming support into the core product, into the presentation server 4.5. It was it had about 6 major versions, major releases before it was renamed a couple of times and became application, how it's called right now. It's not application streaming. It's offline plugin. Yeah, offline plugin. So it was renamed a couple of times, and finally this feature was removed from the desktop 7. Let's check how it was. So it's by the way, this original slides from Citrix technical deck about application streaming, it has Project Tarpon instead of application streaming on the slide. But the funny thing that the marketing, I think, or I don't know who did it, who prepared this presentation. First thing that they put on animation is this. So when you introduce a new feature in Citrix products, first thing is licensing. Very technical, very interesting. So basically it was extension of application isolation, and Citrix added delivery process for applications and delivery process for these isolation environments. And this delivery process was organized by using client, and the client, you can install client with embedded isolation environment on the client PC or on your physical desktops or on your presentation server. And these applications were stored on the file share. So first thing that you need to do, you need to capture the application installation and put this package somewhere on the file share or on web server, and then when application is launched, it's just downloaded from the file server, license is checked, and you're able to run the application. So basically, if we will talk about application virtualization, if we will talk about any available application isolation or application virtualization product that exists on the market or was on the market before it was deprecated, there is 2 core components of application virtualization: isolation and redirection, and delivery mechanism. So if we will talk about application isolation environments in presentation server, everything started from isolation and redirection piece, and then Citrix added delivery mechanism. You were able to use SMB or CIFS file shares or HTTP. If we talk about like another example of isolation environments, Synap, VMware Synap, they have isolation mechanism. It's their core application, and they don't have a delivery mechanism, I believe. Maybe they introduced something, but I'm not sure. So 2 core features is isolation, redirection, and delivery. Optional features is packaging, integration with operating system, and some other advanced features that some of the vendors may be proud about. But let's talk about core functionality, how application isolation works. So if we need to redirect or isolate access to files and registry, there is 2 ways. You can use minifilter driver, which is the proper way to do application isolation. Windows operating systems since I think since the very beginning of NT operating systems, they support mini-filter drivers, and there is a lot of examples of how mini-filter drivers work. Just as example, if you use distributed file system, DFS, on your network, you can have DFS root. It will be some server name that is shared between your file servers, basically. But in reality, it doesn't exist on the network. There is no such server. It's just alias that is stored in the Active Directory database. So to make access easier for your users, Microsoft introduced a file system driver that hook into the file access, and it basically translates user request to some alias. It translated to direct access to the server. When you use classes shared volumes with your Hyper-V server, Microsoft also use mini-filter driver for file system redirection. And at some point when your VHD is local to your server, this mini-filter driver responsible to provide local access. If your VHD is on a remote server, mini-filter driver redirects this. This technology works very well. You can check how many filter drivers are attached using command line, using fsutil, no, not fsutil, fltmc.exe. There's a command that can show you which mini-filter drivers are attached. And if you will run this command on average XenApp server, you will see that there will be application installation mini-filter driver, your user profile manager redirected driver, because user profile manager do exactly the same thing. It redirects access to your files from the user profile to some file share. So this feature is pretty stable, but some advanced operations, not advanced, it's basic operations. So some functions that use it to open a file, they are not handled, they don't support it, they're not supported by mini-filter drivers. And developers have an option to use API hooking. So they basically create some DLL that is attached to every process that is running on the system. And this DLL has a hook. It tries to replace some system functions. So it can be on the user level, it can be done on the kernel level, and when it's done on the kernel level, it can be very dangerous to your operating system. You can get nice blue screen of death with with this redirection using kernel level API hooking. But anyway, Microsoft has mini-filter drivers and it has support for this, and in most of the products developers are using mini-filter drivers. Registry is another animal, and there is no mini-filters for registry access. So every application isolation, application virtualization product is using API hooking at user level or at kernel level. And there is different ways to do this. You can hook one DLL or another DLL to check different registry keys. And basically, again, if it's a user level, it's safer. If it's a kernel level, you can get blue screen of death. And it's especially horrible when it's done on the terminal server. Any questions on this first part? Okay, so let's check who are creating and trying to sell some products. So we will discuss these guys, and we will start with AppV. So AppV may seem the obvious choice if you want to replace Citrix application virtualization. It can be an obvious choice because Zen Desktop 7 supported directly, but let's be honest, this support is horrible. The way how Zen Desktop 7 is integrated with AppV is completely wrong. And it works only with single management server. You need management server. It should be just one management server. Only one managing and publishing server. You can't have load balancer set up. I mean, there is ways, but it was all of these ways, all of these options how to set up load balancer set up for AppV and Zen Desktop. All of these options looks like a workaround. Another thing that AppV works great when you integrate it with System Center Configuration Manager, because it's a better way of package delivery, let's say. And this integration is not supported by Zen Desktop 7. So basically, even Citrix say that there is integration. If you plan to build some large environment with many users and you want to have load balances set up, or if you want to integrate with System Center Configuration Manager, you should ignore this integration that exists in Zen Desktop 7 and publish applications as regular applications, and there is a way to do this. So, but anyway, what is AppV? AppV had a lot of major versions and a lot of minor releases before it was completely rewritten in 2012. In 2012, Microsoft released AppV version 5, and even the previous version is still supported. I would not recommend you to use AppV 4.6, the previous version, in your deployments, because if you start with application virtualization, it will be maybe it's just my thing, but I think that AppV 4.6 is too complex. If you're starting with AppV, start with AppV 5. It's very basic. And but what is wrong with AppV? You cannot get it. You cannot buy it. You need to have software assurance with Microsoft. If you want to have integration with Zen Desktop 7, you need to have management server infrastructure. You can't use System Center, or you can't use standalone packages if you integrate in this with Zen Desktop 7. It means that you need SQL, and you need to build infrastructure for your AppV deployment. All isolation is done on the user level, which make AppV 5 more stable, but it means that not all of the applications can be isolated. There is no hooks on the kernel level, and you can't isolate any applications that are part of the operating system. You can't run Internet Explorer in isolated mode. What is great with AppV you can find a lot of information on AppV troubleshooting. Will it help you or not? I have no idea. But in any case, AppV, all management components of AppV is written in .NET, and you can use some disassemblers, decompilers to troubleshoot AppV. But I don't think that it will, you will need to do this, because there is a lot of information about AppV, and you can find it on Microsoft website, you can find it on different blogs. It's most documented application virtualization solution that exists on the market right now. And it's integrated with Zen Desktop. Another guy on the market is VMware Synapse. It was a standalone company, was a startup. Yep.
Just one more thing about that. Relationship would be included in the RDS account. That's a lot of people.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's a, thank you. Yeah, AppV license is included with RDS Cow, so you can use it if you plan to deploy RDS or XenApp. And yeah, thank you. So another guy is VMware Synapse. And when this company was acquired by VMware, for me it was like a joke. Why are you doing this? Synapse, at that time when it was a standalone company, they did a product that was so basic. I mean, I used it to package ICA client to make it transferable, and I can put ICA client on the USB stick and run it. It was great, but it was so basic. There was no delivery mechanism. And in reality, Synapse is great because they package the application in one executable, and you can run it from the file share, and it will be streamed. You can isolate your applications, package them, but there is no support for, there is no delivery mechanism. You need to use System Center or some other tools to deliver these applications. So it's great for isolation, it's great for application virtualization, but not for application deployment. And another thing that you can't use Synapse, you can't use AppV and Synapse and most of the solutions that are available right now, you can't use them to fix application and isolate access to the file system from this application if this application is installed on operating system. You need to package this application, and it will be not integrated with operating system. But there is some options that there are some other vendors that can help you. Another vendor is I never tried to package IE6 and trying to get rid of it, but thank you. So the next company is Cloud Volumes. Yeah, it's Cloud Volumes. Their product is great. If you didn't see them, if you didn't try it, this product I recommend you to try. So basically what they are doing, instead of packaging the application to some file, they track all changes when application is installed. They track what is stored to the file system, what is changed in the registry, and they put all this information to isolated VMDK file, or VHD file if we talk about Hyper-V. And this solution, I have a couple of screenshots. It has a management console, and basically when you need to execute some application on some of the VMs, you basically attach additional VMDK file or VHD file. And there is not a lot of technical information on cloud volumes. I mean, there's not a lot of slide decks that I can steal, but what I recommend you to do every time when you see some new products, some company that releases some product and they have only marketing materials and they don't have documentation. If you want to know how this product works, open patent database and check their patents, what they have. So basically, how it works. We have hypervisor, we have their manager, and we have some VMware management console. We have a storage repository on the hypervisor, and on this storage repository they have a lot of VMDK files with these applications. On your virtual machine they have one service running that detects when new disk is attached to operating system. When the disk is attached, to the operating system, this driver grab the configuration file from the root of this attached disk and import the configuration. It can be rules for isolation and virtualization. It can be some script that should be executed. And this VMDK file also contains all files of the application. So because everything is done on the operating system level, there's some benefits that are unique for and exist only in cloud volumes. You can isolate and virtualize your servers. You can install server software and run it on your servers in an isolated environment. As example, you can have how they call it up stack, this volume with configuration for your IIS server or SharePoint server, and attach this up stack to multiple servers. It's, and then use load balancing to scale this infrastructure. They have isolation, they have application virtualization, but they don't use any streaming or any other delivery mechanism. So basically, you are responsible to push your images, to store your images with applications on your NAS. If we talk about VMware infrastructure as example, you store your images on some SSD storage, and application access will be really fast. You can cache your images, so you can work with your VMDK files as you wish, and you can use advanced features of your storage if you use NetApp or something like this. If there is some advanced caching, advanced access, you can use it. You can run this on Nutanix, and Nutanix will help you to run these applications faster. Another benefit of cloud volumes that they store configuration in text file. It's easy to change it. They publish a white paper on how to change the configuration, how to fine-tune the isolation environment. Another benefit that there is no packaging process. If you need to prepare the new volume with new application or set of applications, you basically need to attach new empty VMDK file to your operating system and just install the application. All installation will be tracked and all changes will be stored on this new VMDK file. So that's our benefits. What's wrong with it? It works only with virtual environments. It's a startup. This company came out of stealth mode less than 1 year ago, or about 1 year ago. Text file-driven configuration may be difficult for some administrators. Some administrators prefer to have a GUI. And at this point of time, they have no integration with any VDI brokers. But no one has integration. Even AppV is not integrated in the best way. They have one solution for VMware customers that are using SynUp. So you can they can deliver your SynUp packages using cloud volumes. So it's like integrated solution. It's basically the same product, but in addition to this product, they have a white paper with instructions how to configure SynUp properly. Next vendor is Symantec. They do everything on the kernel level. This product was previously known as Altiris SVS. Then Symantec renamed it a couple of times, and as every product that was acquired by Symantec, it has some issues. Everything that was cool and great before acquisition may fail. It's my experience with Symantec. I don't know, for some reason they're trying to break every product that they acquired. But hopefully Symantec fixed issues that was in the first versions of Symantec branded product, and as I know, it works stable right now. Everything is done on the kernel level, and because of that they have a better integration with the operating system, so all isolated applications